all I need, Ellie. Thanks.
Well, can I go along and help you fling papers?
Well, no, Ellie. You see, this is my first day on the route. I got to make sure that every paper lands right square on the front porch.
Pa, Jethro won't let me go with him.
Well, now, Ellie, this is the boy's first big important job.
Ain't he just a paper boy?
Oh, no, Granny. He's what you call a deputy district circulation chief in charge of home distribution. Well, Jethro, you're a working man now. Make us proud of you.
Always remember a job worth doing is worth two in the bush.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh, I should have asked him would he be home for noon victuals.
I wouldn't count on it, Granny. Getting a paper up to some of these Beverly Hills houses is a 10-minute walk from the street.
Well, not for Jethro. He's got his papers fixed for long-distance flinging.
What you mean?
Wrapped them around these here big rocks. Well, he can sail them among.
Where do you get these roofing slates?
A whole bunch of them fell off of Mr. Drysdale's roof.
By themselves?
Yes, sir. All Jethro done was loosen them.
That'd give a paper a heap of carry, all right. Hope the boy's careful.
Ways we know he ain't getting into trouble.
Well, we can hope.
Ain't that Glory Swanson?
Appears to be.
I'm gonna cut that out from my scrapbook.
Granny, you must have 400 pictures of Glory Swanson.
She's my favorite movie star. What's it say about her?
This here, they're gonna demolish her home.
What are they doing that for?
According to this, they're going to turn her estate into a golf course.
Turn that there turning Glory Swanson out of her house.
Not only out of her house, but clean out of town. Says here she's going back east to live.
She ain't gonna make no more pictures with Wally Reed.
Kinda looks that way.
Without Glory Swanson's pictures, the movie theater back home will close up. What could have struck her down at the peak of her career?
Well, let's ask Jethro when he gets home.
Jethro?
Yeah, he ought to know. He's a newspaper man now.
Good morning, Chief.
Miss Hathaway, have you let it slip out that I'm behind this golf course deal?
Oh, certainly not. Why do you ask?
Somebody threw this through my window this morning with a rock inside.
Drysdale's office. Who's calling, please? What? One moment. Chief, there's a Mr. Miller on the phone who says he's associated with you in the golf course venture.
Hello, Jack. How's it going? What? This morning? Put you back.
Chief, what is it?
The same thing happened to him. This paper tied around the rock through the wall of his bedroom.
Apparently you've angered one of Miss Swanson's loyal fans. There has never been a movie star so idolized. She's a living legend.
I'm not hurting Gloria Swanson. She wants to move out of that huge mansion.
Yes, millions of her fans are demolishing a shrine. And then to read that all of her priceless possessions have been sold at auction.
That's her idea, too.
Yes, but you can see how it might set off an eccentric fan.
You think her fans are eccentric? What do you think Miss Swanson intends to do with the money?
What?
Donate it to the Actors Relief Fund. She's giving it away. How's that for having a screw loose?
I think it's a magnificent gesture.
When she could put it in my bank and collect interest? What kind of sickness is this? What's happening to our moral values?
Chief, Miss Swanson is a very wealthy woman. She doesn't need the money.
What are you, some kind of radical? If you want to do something, call the police. Let them find out who's throwing rocks at us. Good guys.
Well, I got all the papers delivered. Got this extra left over.
Well, thank you, Jethro. We got one.
Okay. Well, you can stop worrying about pruning that eucalyptus tree. I see you're reading about Glory Swanson. She's on my paper route.
She is.
Really? She lives around here, doesn't she? Mm-hmm. If she had logs, we could call them.
Did you see her?
Near. Took the paper up to give it to her in person. But she was too busy. She was getting ready for auction.
Auction?
Yeah, it tells all about it, the paper. He's fixing to sell off everything on the place.
Well, Granny, I didn't want to read you that part because I know how it gloomed you up back home when the sheriff put some poor soul's belongings under the hammer.
You think that this could happen to Glory Swanson? One day she's queen in the movies, and the next day they're throwing her out in the street.
Granny's always felt special close to her.
We look alike, you know.
You and Glory Swanson look alike.
If I've heard it once, I've heard it 100 times.
Is she kidding, Uncle Jed?
Oh, I've heard it 100 times myself. So, Granny had said it.
Come on, Jed.
There you go, Granny.
To Glory Swanson's house to hold off the sheriff. Ain't nobody gonna push around my look-alike.
That makes 101.
Hold on there. Ellie Mae, let your Granny back in here.
Yes, sir, Paul. Put me down! Are you gonna turn your back on Glory Swanson just when she needs us?
Of course not, but we ain't going to go charging up there like a bunch of bounty hunters. Everybody get in your Sunday best. So when Miss Swanson sees us, she'll know we're Beverly Hills neighbors. Oh, howdy, sir. I wonder if we could...
Coming through, please.
Yes, sir. I wonder if we could see Miss Glory Swanson. We is...
Okay, watch your step.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Look at this.
Like a palace.
Yeah, more than twice the size of our place.
Of course it is. This is the home of a movie star.
Yeah. I ain't nothing but a plain, scrubby, old, everyday millionaire.
Hey, look here.
Ain't she beautiful?
She is for a fact.
You notice how our eyes is alike?
Both got to.
Here and sit down and remember where you are.
Just a minute. Who are you people?
We is the Clamp.
And we is true, loyal friends of Glory Swanson.
You're kidding.
That surprises you, don't it?
Yes, it certainly does.
Looks like everybody but us has turned their backs on her.
She's got lots of friends back in the hills where we come from.
Swell. Oh, okay, fellas, take the sofa.
Hold on! Where are you taking me?
To the auction.
No, quit yelling! You ain't taking this without us.
All right, fellas, move the chairs first. Now, look here, I'm getting a little fed up with it.
But couldn't you leave something?
No, sir. Every single thing in this house is going to be auctioned off. All right, fellas, take the sofa. Come on, pick it up.
Put her down.
What's going on?
They're vandals back in the hills somewhere. Oh, and they don't like the idea of your furniture being auctioned off.
Sweet, I'm very touched.
Well, the fellas might get that.
Oh, no. Please, I want to talk to them. I'll see you when you come back.
Well, I have to make another trip anyway to pick up the gold bathtub.
Mr. Foley, I want to take that back eastward. It'll remind me of those crazy, wonderful 20s.
But I can auction it off for a lot of crazy, wonderful money. Remember, this is for charity.
I'll donate something else. Please let me keep my bathtub.
Nope, I'm afraid not. That tub is going on the auction block.
Feller, ain't there no limit to you? The lady keep her bathtub.
Now, look here, old-timer.
Foley, you and I'll discuss this when you come back.
All right, but I'm telling you right now, I'm going to get that tub.
Villain.
Come on, fellas.
Do we know one another?
Oh, sure. You're Glory Swanson.
And who are you?
Well, I'm... Clampett. Yeah, that's it, Jed Clampett.
I'm pleased to meet you, Mr. Crampton. And this is your family?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry that I can't offer you any refreshments. There's nothing left in the kitchen. They've even taken my stove and my refrigerator.
And now they want your bed. Miss Swanson, I just don't know what to say.
I'd like to meet your family. I don't see many fans these days.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Miss Swanson, this here is my kinfolks. My daughter, Ellie.
Howdy. How do you do, Ella?
And my nephew, Jethro.
Howdy.
And this here is this is Granny. I reckon you ain't got a greater fan in the whole world than her, unless it's me.
We look alike, you know.
Yes, I can see the resemblance.
Hear that?
Won't you sit down?
Thank you, Miss Swanson, but we've took up enough of your time. We'll be moseying home.
Oh, Jed, I want to ask Miss Swanson when she's going to make another picture like Society Scandal.
Oh, Society Scandal. Remember that one?
Yeah, Jed and me seen it twice.
Now, that was a long time ago.
Oh, yes, clean last summer.
You two attended the Silent Film Festival in Venice?
No, ma'am. We see it at the Bijou Theater back in Bucktussle.
Tussle?
Yes, ma'am.
My cousin Pearl plays by Annie there.
Still showing my silent film?
You betcha.
Miss Swanson, don't judge the whole country by these fickle Hollywood folks. Back home, you is a queen of the movies. You always have been, and you always will be.
How wonderful.
When are you going to give us some more zingers? Like Gilded Cage, male and female, manhandle?
I'm afraid I'll never make movies like those again.
Don't say that.
Sure you will.
Oh, take my word for it. That golden era of filmmaking is gone forever.
No.
Granny. Miss Swanson, we'll be running along. Now, you get your feathers up out of the dust. I got a feeling things are going to change.
Miss Swanson, before we go, can I have a picture of you?
You certainly could, but I'm sorry I don't have any.
Oh, well, how about this one here?
Jethro, put that down.
You can't take her painting.
I wish I could give it to you, but it has to go on the auction block with everything else. The money is badly needed.
So, I think we best get out of here.
Oh, look at that.
Precious, how is my beautiful pussycat? Do you know that I used to have 6 of these? Yes.
Bet she wasn't bothered much with mice.
Bye, Miss Swanson.
Hey, bye, Miss Swanson.
Oh, goodbye.
Goodbye. It's been so nice visiting with you.
Oh, excuse me, Miss Swanson. I found this in one of your armoires. I'll just catalog it for sale and put it with the rest of it.
Oh, no. It's the only warm thing I have left. I'll need it for those cold winters ahead.
Well, all right. I guess we have to leave you something.
Did you see that coat?
I reckon that explains what happened to them other 5 cats.
Oh,
She's really hard up, ain't she?
She is for a fact. It's bad enough having to sell her bathtub. But when it comes to stealing her cats for clothes... Doggone it, you got to admire that Glory Swanson. Hollywood has turned its back on her. They's tearing down her house. Her furniture is going under the hammer. Before long, she won't have a tub to wash in, and she still carries herself like a queen.
what can we do to help her, Paul?
Why don't we just haul off and settle about 10 or 12 million on her?
Oh, Jethro, we don't want to rob her of her pride.
Well, we could go to the auction and buy everything. That wouldn't do no good. The sheriff gets the money.
How come she don't make no more movies?
Well, Jethro, I understand that's the show business. One day you're living high on the hog. Next day you're down to wearing a catskin coat.
Jake, you own a movie studio. You have her make a picture.
Granny, I generally leave all that movie stuff to Mr. Chapman. It would be nice if she could earn the money she needs.
You tell Mr. Chapman to get a hold of Thomas Meehan or Wally Reed or Rod LaRock and turn out another blockbuster like The Wages of Virtue.
And she still carries herself like a queen.
What can we do to help her, Paul?
Why don't we just haul off and settle about 10 or 12 million on her?
Oh, Jethro, we don't want to rob her of her pride.
Well, we could go to the auction and buy everything. That wouldn't do no good. The sheriff gets the money.
How come she don't make no more movies?
Well, Jethro, I understand that's the show business. One day you're living high on the hog. Next day you're down to wearing a catskin coat.
Jake, you own a movie studio. You have her make a picture.
Granny, I generally leave all that movie stuff to Mr. Chapman. It would be nice if she could earn the money she needs.
You tell Mr. Chapman to get a hold of Thomas Meehan or Wally Reed or Rod LaRock and turn out another blockbuster like The Wages of Virtue.
And she still carries herself like a queen.
What can we do to help her, Paul?
Why don't we just haul off and settle about 10 or 12 million on her?
Oh, Jethro, we don't want to rob her of her pride.
Well, we could go to the auction and buy everything. That wouldn't do no good. The sheriff gets the money.
How come she don't make no more movies?
Well, Jethro, I understand that's the show business. One day you're living high on the hog. Next day you're down to wearing a catskin coat.
Jake, you own a movie studio. You have her make a picture.
Granny, I generally leave all that movie stuff to Mr. Chapman. It would be nice if she could earn the money she needs.
You tell Mr. Chapman to get a hold of Thomas Meehan or Wally Reed or Rod LaRock and turn out another blockbuster like The Wages of Virtue.
Looking for Mr. Chapman.
He's on stage 7. First one on your right.
What have you done to your hair?
I touched up the premature gray spot. I'm going to knock Gloria Swanson right off her $1 million pins. Oh, I'm the sheep of Arab. I've got to make sure she goes for my idea. Drysdale Swanson Enterprises announce Dry Swan Country Club. Okay. Swanson Drysdale Enterprises present Swandale Country Club. You think she'll buy that?
Why not ask her? She's in your office.
Miss Dry Swan. Swansdale. Swanson. I'm Ilbrin Drysdale.
Oh, Mr. Drysdale, you're a much younger man than I expected.
Really? It's a pleasure to meet you. Isn't this smog terrible?
It gets on everything.
Miss Swanson, we have a little business to discuss. Now, if you'll step over here, I have an artist's conception of how your estate will look at the golf course. Now, while you're looking at that, I'll read you some estimated profit figures.
Don't tell me this is important.
What's the meaning of this, Chapman?
Those kooky hillbillies. What happened to your hair?
What happened to yours?
Those kooky hillbillies of yours want to make a movie.
So make it.
Without sound?
I don't care if it's without film. Make it.
But those idiots want to star Gloria Swanson. That's the way I feel about it, too. A lot of crazy ideas in my day, but this is raving madness.
And this is Gloria Swanson.
How do you do?
Gloria Swanson?
Miss Swanson, this is Larry Chapman, head of Mammoth Studios. Until now.
How do you do? Did I hear you say that somebody wanted to make a silent motion picture with me?
It's an eccentric hillbilly family named Clampett.
They've got a lot of millions.
Kind of short on marbles.
I met the Clampetts. I think they're delightful people.
Oh, boy, this is just not my day.
Miss Swanson, I think it's a marvelous idea for you to make a picture for the Clampetts.
Milburn, be practical. Where would you show a silent movie these days?
How about the Bijou Theater in Bug Tussle?
Just a little more delay. Them people in there just won't leave till they see the movie again. While that's going on, Miss Glory Swanson is going to autograph a picture for each and every one of you.
Miss Swanson, you're the biggest thing that ever happened to Bug Tussle.
Bug Tussle is the nicest thing that ever happened to me.
Hey.